In 1988, a young boy named Peter Quill is taken from Earth by space pirates. For decades, he navigates the stars as an isolated lone wolf, drifting alone through a vast, cold, disconnected galaxy. His solitary life ends in 2014 on the desolate planet of Morag. Quill successfully steals a metallic, fist-sized artifact known only as the Orb. This diagram maps the power vacuum. Quill is the central target of three distinct trajectories: Pirate Yondu, Extremist Ronin, and Assassin Gamora. As they close in, bounty hunters Rocket and Groot get caught in the gravity of the escalating conflict. The orb functions as a gravitational anomaly. It forces isolated outcasts who have spent their lives avoiding attachment into an inescapable collision course. That collision happens violently on Xandar, the capital of the Nova Empire. A chaotic street brawl breaks out between Quill, Gamora, Rocket, and Groot, ending with all four arrested and thrown into the Kiln, a maximum security prison. Inside the Kiln, survival requires cooperation. They encounter Drax the Destroyer, an inmate hell-bent on killing Gamora to avenge his murdered family. Quill mediates the tension, forging an uneasy, entirely transactional alliance among the 5 prisoners to escape. Taking the stolen ship, the Milano, they head to Nowhere, a lawless mining colony built inside a severed celestial head. Their plan is simple: sell the orb to a wealthy buyer named the Collector and split the profits. But the Collector reveals exactly what they've been carrying. The orb is merely a casing for an Infinity Stone. It is an ancient artifact of immeasurable power, capable of incinerating anything or anyone that attempts to wield it. The sheer volatility of the stone is proven instantly. When the Collector's assistant grabs the exposed gem, it explodes in her hands, completely obliterating the vast collection of artifacts around them. The parameters of their situation change completely. They are no longer petty criminals chasing a payday. They possess an apocalyptic weapon, and keeping it out of the wrong hands demands a selfless choice. That choice is forced upon them when Ronin arrives at Nowhere. He easily overpowers Drax, seizes the orb, and integrates the Infinity Stone directly into his warhammer, absorbing a terrifying physical upgrade. Drunk on newfound strength, Ronin contacts his benefactor, Thanos. Instead of delivering the stone as promised, he declares his intention to kill Thanos, but only after he uses the hammer to unilaterally annihilate the planet Xandar. This diagram shows the desperate counteroffensive. Quill's crew, Ravagers, and Nova Police form a unified blockade against Ronin's descending flagship. But the Allied strategy fractures completely when Ronin taps the stone's concentrated power, instantly decimating the entire Nova fleet. The crippled Dark Aster plummets towards the surface of Xandar. With the ship breaking apart around them, Groot rapidly grows his wooden limbs into a dense, protective cocoon, using his own organic body to shield the crew from the fatal impact. Surviving the literal crash of Ronin's crusade demands the ultimate act of selflessness from Groot. That single sacrifice finalizes their transition. They entered the wreckage as outlaws and emerge as a cohesive unit. Ronin emerges from the twisted metal entirely unhurt. He raises the warhammer, preparing to bring it down on the planet's surface and unleash the stone's obliterating wave. To stop him, Quill uses an absurd distraction tactic, a dance-off. It stalls Ronin just long enough for Drax and Rocket to blast the warhammer with a heavy weapon, shattering the casing and knocking the stone into the air. Before hitting the ground, Quill catches the naked Infinity Stone in his bare hands. He rejects the fatal urge to hoard power for himself, enduring the immense destructive energy threatening to rip his body apart. This diagram illustrates the physical mechanism of their victory. Gamora, Drax, and Rocket grab hold of Quill. The fatal power load is safely divided and channeled across 4 interconnected nodes. Pooling their collective endurance, they redirect the stone's energy to vaporize Ronin. In the aftermath, the Nova Police clear the crew's criminal records. They also reveal a biological anomaly. Quill survived holding the stone because his father is an ancient, non-human entity. With the galaxy safe, Quill finally opens a cassette tape left by his late mother and the team departs with a potted cutting that is already sprouting a new Groot. The most destructive weapon in the galaxy could not be contained by armies or empires. It was neutralized only by the shared burden of a newly forged surrogate family.
And that's how the incredible story comes to an end. Every decision, every sacrifice, and every battle led to this unforgettable finale. If you enjoyed this movie recap, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more detailed movie explanations and cinematic story recaps. Also, hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next movie recap.